In the depths of a very distant forest, foxes and storks lived next to each other. Those who saw couldn't help saying how good neighbors they are and showing their neighbors as an example to everyone. Let these friendly neighbors of the fox and stork spread from ear to ear. One day, the fox, waiting for an opportunity in the forest, came across its neighbor stork. He immediately said to her in a kind and gentle voice, "I wish you a good day. My only neighbor is the stork brother," he called. The stork wanted to answer the fox with the same courtesy, but just as he was about to start his words, the fox took the words out of his mouth. "It will make me happy to have dinner with such a nice and kind-hearted neighbor tonight," he said, and added, "I would be offended if my stork brother turned down this offer. Please don't offend me." Impressed by the fox's beautiful words and invitation, the stork accepted the offer and agreed to meet at the fox's house for dinner. In the evening, as he was creeping into the depths of the forest, the stork knocked on the fox's door. "It's pretty open, too." The fox opened the door, as always, with kind words. "My dear friend, my dear neighbor, welcome. Not worthy of you, but I have prepared a delicious dish that I think you will like," he said, and his neighbor took the stork inside. They immediately headed towards the table and settled in their chairs. However, when the stork sat at the table, he realized that the fox had only prepared soup for him and offered it on a flat plate. No matter how hard the poor stork tried, he couldn't eat the soup on the flat plate with his long beak. As the fox was aware of the situation, he couldn't help but chuckle. He immediately devoured the contents of his own plate. Stork understood the situation, but his hunger got away with it. He thought that he must avenge the trick the fox had played on him. "Well, how will this be, fox brother?" he said immediately. "Thank you for this unique feast. Your soup is also delicious. I also want to host you in my house and give you a nice feast and tomorrow night." The fox was very pleased with this invitation. They agreed to meet at the stork's house tomorrow night. The stork, returning from the fox's house hungry, waited impatiently for the next day, excited to teach him a good lesson. When it was evening the next day, the fox knocked on the stork's door. The delicious meat smells from the stork's kitchen made the fox's mouth water. The stork, who opened the door, immediately welcomed his guest to the table. While the fox was inhaling the smell of meat, he made nice words and compliments to the stork. Stork went to the kitchen and asked the fox's permission to bring the food he had prepared to the table. He approached the table with fragrant meats from the kitchen and served in narrow, thin and long containers. However, the fox could not eat meat. He struggled and toiled throughout the meal, but not a bite of meat passed his throat. The stork ate all the meat with its long beak. When the fox was hungry, he realized his mistake. The stork taught him a very good lesson.